What's up, everybody? Welcome to YourFieldsChoice.com Daily Hit Run Show. Pete Cole here, running solo today, and it is the last Friday or the last weekend for the All-Star break. So we have 3 days of MLB, and then we have a week off. And actually, I am looking forward to that. My brain needs a break, and it'll be nice. Plus, we get to see the All-Star game, the hit home run derby, and all that. But let's hit it hard the next 3 days, and let's make some money here. Friday night, huge slate, 13 games. First of all, YourFieldsChoice.com. Check us out. $25 a month. That includes all sports. Also includes props. Prop bets includes our daily prop bet strikeout sheet. That is on our Discord, which if somebody is on there, somebody can type it in the comment room if anybody's on. It's discord.gg/YourFieldsChoice. But it's the props are free. Some of the rooms are free. Eric, can you put the Discord address on there? Eric's on the other side of the glass. We've got a lot of winners. Seeing I'm looking at the winning lineup room right now. A lot of people hit last night. MLB. We all did well, but man, I've been running to some. Now, not even trying to run into some trains here. My cash lines have been too chalky. And I'm thinking they're not going to be chalky, but they're ending up chalky. But looks like everybody had a good night. MLB. We do have we have a NASCAR weekend coming up, right, Eric? NASCAR this weekend, I'm assuming. We have Summer League going on. I've been playing some more showdowns, MLB lately again, trying some new things. But yeah, just check us out. But we're here for baseball. Weather, there's only one concern I see, and that is because this is a course slate, which kind of sucks, but it's the Pirates. There is some possible weather in course, but I don't think it's anything really serious at the moment. But it is something we have to pay attention to, I guess. The latest I see is it's a Marquez game going against Jose Quintana. We have 49% chance of rain there. And that's it, because the Mets-Cubs game, Mets are in Wrigley at the early game at 2:20. That's they're talking about some rain there too. So that's not a doubleheader, right? That's a regular game. So Eric's published 2 NASCAR slates this weekend. They've been doing real well on NASCAR, I see. So let's have a big weekend. There'll be 2 slates tomorrow, obviously MLB, and then a big slate Sunday, and then we're off. So weather course, that's only weather. We got some high temps in St. Louis. Looks like a Busch Stadium as they play the Reds. The Reds are on a roll. They won 2 straight series against 2 straight playoff teams, the Yankees and Rays. So watch out, Reds. Luis Castillo shut the Yankees down last night. Castillo, a good man. That changeup was on fire, and he actually may be a Yankee soon. The rumors I'm seeing, he may be going to the Yankees. And if he pitches the way he did last night, we are well on our way. Because Castillo, when that changeup's on, he's one of the best. A couple of guys had some deep. The Mariners won their 11th straight last night, so they're a couple games shy of their record. And who else had a big game last night? I don't know, but DeGrom's coming back too. DeGrom made his last start. I think he's got a simulated start going because of the break, and then he should be back with the Mets before the end of July. All right, so let's just talk about slate now. I'm mumbling. Vegas. Implied runs right now, of course, it's Coors and the Rockies, 6.2. They're the only team above 6.2. And then after that, we have the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are in Toronto, Rogers Center. We all know about the Royals. Half the team is not there because of the COVID. And they still look good last night, though. It was like a AAA team they put out there, but they still look good. But tonight they're going to get up against Alek Manoah in Rogers Stadium. The Blue Jays have the second highest implied at 5.8 runs. And then we have the Braves at 5.5. Braves are probably the top stack tonight, going up against Patrick Corbin, the gas can. But it's going to be tough with those Braves prices. It's going to be tough to stack the Braves. There's ways to do it, of course, but you're not going to get the top 5 guys you want. And after that, we have the Cardinals, 5.2. I said in that 90-degree weather at Busch Stadium. And the Pirates, 5.1 runs. And then the Indians at 5 runs. Indians are very interesting today, too, with Plesac pitching. He's actually on my radar, which we'll get into in a second. Zach Plesac. On the money line, who's the highest favorite of the night? We have the Blue Jays minus 360. Remember, they were big favorites last night, and they had some troubles there. But it's Alek Manoah tonight, minus 360 against the Royals. Below after that, it's the Astros minus 202 against Oakland. So it does look like it's Verlander. I don't think is going. There was reports that Verlander was going to go, but now I'm assuming that it is what's his name? Now I'm seeing Jose Urquidy. So I'm getting different reports on who's pitching in Houston. So but it doesn't look like it's Verlander though. I don't think it's Jose Urquidy. Huh. So we got to figure out who is pitching in May. I guess it is Urquidy. I'm thinking I just drew a blank on his name, who I thought was pitching tonight. But I guess it's Urquidy. So if anybody is watching live, if you guys have that confirmed, let me know. But it's not JV. All right, so they are the second highest favorite. Beside that, we have the Angels minus 195 Kershaw game. I love Kershaw tonight. He's my second best pitcher after Manoah. And then Indians minus 189. So that's Zach Plesac. And then the Padres against Mad Bum minus 189. I really like the Padres tonight too. I think, especially a couple of Padres players, I think the Padres is going to be a decent stack. And it may be below owned because everybody's got to be on some of these other teams. And after that, it's the Mariners minus 177. Trying to keep that streak alive. Robbie Ray. I'm kind of off Robbie Ray tonight because the Rangers, I think, are in a good spot. All right, that's Vegas. So no other besides some possible Coors issues. And it's a typical Coors game in Vegas. On typical Coors game for implied runs. Rockies in Vegas. All right, let's just go around. It's a big slate, so I'm not going to run over. We're not going to name every pitcher, every batter, but these are pretty much. This is an early look at tonight. But right now, I'm assuming the highest owned pitcher is going to be Alek Manoah. Well, I'm not seeing that in projections. I'm assuming so, but this is all said and done. Right now, projections are showing us three guys over like around 34 to 40%. Woodruff, Manoah, Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray right now is coming in as the highest projected pitcher, but I'm seeing maybe hope people do use him. Okay, but I'm all over Alek Manoah going up against Kansas City. This is a Kansas City team that's got missing half their lineup. And he said, I can't see the Royals running 2 straight wins with this roster of AAA guys. Even with Gausman, it's not like they hit Gausman hard yesterday. It just something happened and they won, but they're not going to win tonight. Manoah never gets blown up. He's not going to get blown up by this lineup. I remember Manoah's not a big strikeout pitcher either, but to me, he's the guy here. I mean, this is a skeleton crew that the Royals are bringing here to Rogers Stadium. He's a huge favorite. Like I said, he's going to get your win points. He may not get your strikeout points, but Manoah's the top guy. I'm just going to roll him out right now. Last 5 starts. I mean, he hasn't been great. His K per 9 is 8.2. ERA 394. But I'm on Manoah. So then what do you go for your SP2? Right now, honestly, I'm looking at I think Clayton Kershaw at 9.4 to me, and he's looking at the 4th highest, on like around 22%. To me, I think Kershaw is my SP2 right now. It's either Kershaw or Woodruff. But I like Kershaw going up against the Angels. We know what the Angels cannot, and they're closer on price on FanDuel, Kershaw, Woodruff. But the Angels cannot hit lefties. They big strikeout teams. What I like about Kershaw is he's pitching more. We've seen him pitch 7 or more innings in his last 2 starts. That's really encouraging. Now, if this is 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'd be all over Woodruff. Angels, you just can't deny this matchup. They're striking out over 30%. That's actually against both sides, righties and lefties, over the last 2 weeks. 35% K rate. Kershaw should definitely destroy this Angels lineup, especially without Mike Trout. So I'm looking at easily, for me tonight, I'm looking at Kershaw, Manoah as my top 2. Now that means you're paying up then, so we got to find value. You're not going to get all these big high priced Braves bets in there and stuff. But if you don't want to go Kershaw and Manoah, you got Brandon Woodruff sitting there. Woodruff is pitching good. Woodruff is in a smash spot tonight. Remember he had a shaky start to start the year. Then he went on the IL, but now he's come back and he looks really good. And he's going up now. He's going up against the Giants, but the Giants trot out lefties, and right now their lefties are striking out at a high rate. So the Giants aren't scaring me tonight. So I like Woodruff, but I still think I like Kershaw a little bit more. Now, Woodruff's games are against the Pirates twice and Tampa Bay since he came back. Tampa Bay, we've gone through that streak where they weren't hitting much. But the velocity's there. His walks are down. Good spot tonight. 3 wins, last 5 starts, 185 FIP, 12.3 K per 9. That's a 36% K rate over his last 5. So I'm ranking Manoah, Kershaw, Woodruff. You can use all 3 of these in cash. Now that brings us also to looks like a popular Robbie Ray. After just watching and seeing what the Rangers are doing lately, Robbie Ray to me has always been a GPP pitcher. Has he been pitching well lately? Yeah. His last 5 starts, 2.50 FIP, 1.11 ERA, a whip of 0.77, 34% K rate. Good spot. But we know what Robbie Ray can do. Robbie Ray can also implode. The Rangers striking out 22.6% to lefties, but a decent 304. Well, no, that's not decent, I guess. Their xWOBA is 304. No, that's not good, actually. 304 WOBA. So, but the Rangers actually, the last couple weeks, I think, are playing much better. Seager, Semien, and hitting stuff. To me, Robbie Ray's always GPP pitcher, and he could be your pivot off of Kershaw, Woodruff, Manoah. You want to play in cash? Go ahead. I just don't play Robbie Ray in cash. If I get burned, so be it. Okay, other guys like Dart, you got Darvish pitching tonight. Good spot, GPP. Michael Kopech, to me, this is not right now. I'm not into Nathan Eovaldi. I think he's going to get blown up tonight. I think I like that Boston Yankee game for hitting. So if we don't want to pay up for 2 starting pitchers, for 2 big number pitchers, where do we go for our SP2 value guy? And where I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at Tyler Wells. Well, Tyler Wells or Zach Plesac. So Wells passed over his last 8 starts. 4 of them are quality. He's got during that span, 2.36 ERA, 0.95 WHIP. Pretty good numbers. I mean, he doesn't strike a lot of people out. I think his K rate is only 19% of his last 5 starts, but he has been a strikeout pitcher before. He was a strikeout pitcher in the minors. Last year, he had a decent strikeout rate. It was like around 28%. And going up against the Rays. The Rays right now is the 3rd highest strikeout team against right-handed pitching in all baseball, which makes it a good matchup for Wells. And Wells' price on DK is 7.4. You either got Wells or Zach Plesac, who's 7.2. We saw what Tristan McKenzie did to the Tigers last night. Now, Plesac is not McKenzie. So when McKenzie was on last night, especially when I think it was his changeup was on, his fastball was crazy. The Detroit batter was saying when it was coming in, they were saying it was invisible. McKenzie's on a roll right now. So Plesac is not McKenzie, but still in a good spot against a Tigers team who we've been picking on all year. Tigers striking out 25.7%, highest strikeout rate on the slate against righties. 14.5 swing and strike rate. That's the highest swing and strike rate on the slate. And a 286 WOBA, the lowest team WOBA on the slate against righties. Zach Plesac, though, last 5 starts. I mean, not a bad 2.17 ERA. Not striking anybody out, 6.8% K rate. But then you get the Tigers that will swing at everything. So if you want to be different, if you want on your SP2, you want to load up on bats, I would either go Tyler Wells or Zach Plesac. J-Mo, Jordan Montgomery's just coming back. I'm not going with him. I said Ian Anderson just isn't himself. And there's not much else there I'm even interested in. Unless I'm missing somebody here. I don't think so. Maybe some Alex Wood. Hunter Green's always good GBP play with the strikeouts. But you can't play Hunter Green in cash. You could get blown up. All right, so 13-game slate, I think it's pretty cut and dry for me in cash pitching. I'm going at Manoah, Woodruff, or Kershaw, or going down to SP2 of Zach Plesac or Tyler Wells. Wow, sorry. Then anybody else to me is GBP play. That's a good point, Sean, that Eovaldi does typically pitch well in Yankee Stadium. I just see that as being a big hitters game tonight. Plesac does own the Tigers, and I just right now I have my mind set on paying up on pitcher. But once we get some of these bats, it might change my mind though, I guess. I just think your high price pitchers are all in good spots tonight. So who do you guys like better, Plesac or Tyler Wells? Probably Plesac, right? Yeah, I guess Plesac could be your SP2 and Tyler Wells would be more of a GBP value. Yeah, if you guys can smash the like button, we get a lot of views, but I don't get a lot of likes. So maybe you guys don't like me, I don't know. But if you do like it, hit the like button, please. Thank you, Eric. Let's go straight to hitting. We'll just look at some rankings. Last 2 weeks. Top 5 hitters in all baseball. Last 2 weeks. Austin Riley's number 1. Corey Seager's number 2. Luis Robert number 3. Marcus Semien 4. Juan Soto 5. They're your top 5 batters in the last 2 weeks. Then you got Carpenter, Brandon Nimmo, Aaron Hicks, Jose Abreu, and Freddie Freeman. Freeman's been hitting well. Now over the last 1 week, your top hitters are Corey Seager, Luis Robert, Bobby Witt Jr., Juan Soto, Leo Tavares, and Freeman. So just something different. They're your top hitters over the last week or two. All right, so once again, remember, this is a core slate. So we're going to look at cores, guys, as we're going through these lineups. Some BBP data for you as we get to catcher right now. Travis Denard owns Patrick Corbin. Seems like the Braves are playing Corbin a lot. But Denard is 6 for 16, 375 batting average against Patrick, Gaskin, and Corbin. And then this is probably my favorite catcher tonight. One of my favorite plays tonight is Jorge Alfaro. Alfaro is crushing lefties this year, and he's lifetime 4 for 12 on bum. So that's a good spot. The Philly game must be early. Because we don't get Alcantara again, honestly, do we? So Alfaro is my top catcher by far tonight. I'm probably gonna play Alfaro over anybody, but if you want to look projection wise, it's gonna be Will Smith. Alejandro Kirk against Greinke, good spot. I just think maybe I'm crazy, but I think Alfaro's actually turned into a good hitter, and he's only 3.7. So right now, this season against lefties, Alfaro, 260 ISO, 387 WOBA, 300 batting average. Not bad. Denard is probably the top overall catcher. The way he hits Corbin, the way he hits lefties. 214 ISO, 386 WOBA, and a 339 batting average. Will Smith's also a great spot against Patrick Sandoval. My catchers is going to be very limited. You can look at the Colorado guys, I guess. But I'm not messing with that tonight. I'm looking at let's look at some ownership for catchers. Is it going to be Will Smith? Kirk. I got Kirk's only one double-digit ownership. And Kirk is in good spots. I'm not telling anybody to play Alfaro. I just think Alfaro is a good spot. Me personally, I like the price. Kirk's $1,000 more. And it's probably, a little better spot. But Alfaro's really been hitting lefties this year. And could be, of course, hangover. Bumgarner has not been horrible. I have my mind set on Alfaro. I watch him go 0 for 5 now. But Kirk would be your. Yeah, I mean, what was Bumgarner's last game? I think it was the Rockies. He pitched well at home. Yeah, it was Rockies. He had a decent game. Okay, but Kirk's probably your top play. 470, a bad price. Jonah Heim, I guess you can play Jonah Heim. Jonah Heim said he gets lefties as Robbie Ray. But Heim right now has got 339 batting average against lefties this year. Not bad. Not too shabby. Remember, Tyler Stevenson's back. You always play him. Stevenson's still cheap at 3.8, so that's not a bad play. And you get the Yankee guys, you got Chirino and all those guys. And I said it's a big slate. I can't even know you guys, so I'm trying to keep this condensed. So I guess your top play is Kirk. I like Alfaro. Will Smith's in there, Jonah Heim, and some Tyler Stevenson. That's what I'm looking at. And you guys like really good value. Catching, you really just can't mess with value too much. Does Jason delay, I guess, if he starts in quarters against Marquez? Joey Bart, no, Bart's going to Woodruff. All right, that's catcher. Let's move on to first base. First base. Looking at BBP wise, any kind of history. Matt Carpenter's 5 for 10 lifetime against Eovaldi. Rizzo 7 for 14, 500 batting average against Eovaldi. 7 for 14, 2 home runs for Anthony Rizzo. Not bad. Boy, 3 for 10 against Bum. So we got 2 decent BBPs from the Yankees. Rizzo, 5 for 10. 7 for 14. Carpenter, 5 for 10. Looking at ownership at first base, right now I'm looking at Josh Van Meter, business cores. Van Meter's 2.9. Van Meter probably still can't hit a home run in quarters. Daniel Vogelback's in a good spot, 3.4. He's probably going to be, he's getting up really popular, probably lefty righty. We know Vogelback can hit righties. So we get all these cores guys, Crone, Connor Joe, and all that. Man, I don't know. This may be a slate to avoid cores. I think Marquez is going to do a good job against the Pirates tonight. I would definitely do the Pirates and GPP. But beside the cores, so the cores guys are going to carry all the ownership. Joe, Crone, Vogelback, Josh Van Meter. Do I want to play cores tonight? Man, I don't know. I probably get Aledmus Diaz for Astros, I think, is a good value tonight. Go to first. I think he's still first base eligible on DK. He's been a great punt option the last couple of weeks. Hits lefties well. You know, the guy's a vet. He can hit. If I'm going to use any guy from Coors, it's probably going to be CJ Crone. Got 21 home runs on the year, 892 OPS. Most that's because of Coors, and he's going up against Jose Quintana, who's just Jose Quintana. Ty France finally kind of broke out of it a little bit yesterday. He was in a slump. He's got OPS over 800 too. I think Ty France is a decent cash game. He's always a good cash game play. Going up against Matt Bush. They have a decent implied runs. So I like Ty France at first. Yeah, I mean, all the usual suspects also. Guerrero, Olsen against Corbin, even though it's lefty. Goldie against Hunter Green. That could be a good matchup. Goldie's 4.9. Joey Votto, my man, going up against Palante, should be batting fourth tonight, only 3.2. I like Joey Votto, of course, right? I always like Joey Votto. Looking at advanced metric wise, Goldie's probably in the best spot. 2-38 ISO, 3.99 WOB on the season against righties. Jose Abreu, who's actually been hitting well. He's one of the hottest hitters. And then we mentioned Rizzo at 5.5. You know who's probably in a really good spot, actually, is Josh Naylor at 3.8. Josh Naylor is my top value play. Definitely. 270 ISO, 385 WOBA against righties. I like Josh Naylor a lot here tonight. Does Abreu still have his hit streak going? I can't remember. No, he doesn't. His streak's Juan Soto, 16 games. Scope 12. Jonathan Scope's on 12-game hit streak. Emmanuel Rivera, Austin Riley. Riley is my top play tonight. All right, I'm babbling again. Okay, so my ADD just kicked in. Where are we? Okay, first base. So it's first base. It's gonna be Coors, probably Crone. But I like Naylor as a value play. I like Ty France. I'd mentioned Aledmus Diaz, who can pretty much is always a solid play for you. What you probably have to deal with Coors here. There's so many of these Pirates. You can play Michael Chavis. You can play Sugo. All these guys at first base. I don't know. I don't think I'm messing with Pirates tonight. Maybe only in GPPs. All right, so let's wrap this up. Goldie, I think, is your number one. Goldie or Crone. Then Abreu. I guess Freddie. I meant to. And Rizzo, the BVP. I hate these big slates. Too many guys who like. I like Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor as a nice value play. Second base. Gico Odorizzi, that's the guy who I thought was pitching tonight for the Astros. That just popped up. So I guess it's not Odorizzi, though. So second base, Ketel Marte hits you 8 for 21. So it's a pretty decent BVP, 21 at best. 381 batting average. Not bad. Ref Snyder hits J-Mo. Cronenworth hits Mad Bum, over 300 batting average. DJ hits Eovaldi. Once again, this is BVP. You can't live and die by that, but I just like to look at it. And then Jose Iglesias. I think Jose Iglesias is in a good spot tonight, too. But I think, he's shortstop eligible. But BVP's got him at second for some reason. Ownership-wise, once again, you got to take Coors into consideration. Josh Van Meter. Josh Van Meter's first second base eligible. I'm not playing Josh Van Meter probably, unless I need to as the last guy in a 2-9. But if it's not Van Meter, looking at Tommy Edman. Edman is still so damn cheap. He's only 3.3. Nolan Gorman's down to 3.0. So he's going to catch some. Jonathan India is only 3K. But once again, these guys aren't really hitting. So, my top overall play. Semi is my top overall BVP play, definitely. Probably my top overall play is going to be. I like Nolan Gorman at 3K. I like Nolan Gorman in a good spot against Hunter Green here. I guess if Josh Van Meter's batting first, he's in play. When you get a guy under 3K batting leading off in course, I guess you got to do it if he's leading off. But if he's not leading off, I'm going to deal with him. So Gorman batting probably fifth. He strikes out a lot. Green's a strikeout pitcher, but I think if Green has got some control issues tonight, I think Gorman could be in a good spot. So Jorge Polanco against Kopech. I think Polanco, he's expensive though, 5-1, but he's going to get overlooked tonight against Kopech. Kopech's got a huge fly ball rate, huge hard contact rate against lefties, and Jorge Polanco is going to fly right under the radar tonight. So Polanco, I think, is in a good spot also. Top overall is probably Trevor Story against J-Mo. He's probably your top overall projected guy. Altuve is probably out of the lineup. We mentioned the Ketel Marte BVP against Darvish. He's 4.3. So I don't like second base really. I probably overall Trevor Story. Like I said, if Josh Van Meter's leading off, you probably got to go there, and that's why I didn't catch that ownership. Polanco is a good spot. I'm looking at Polanco, 236 ISO, 360 WOBA against righties. We said Kopech. He's giving up a crazy high fly ball rate, crazy high hard contact rate against lefties. I like Polanco. Definitely GPPs. Always have Andre Jimenez always a play at 3,700. 198 ISO, 364 WOBA against righties. Drew Hutchinson. All right, so my top second baseman is going to be Polanco or Story. Unless if Van Meter is not leading off. And here's this Jonathan Aranda has been hitting cleanup for the Rays. He gets the lefty righty matchup against Wells. He had a couple hits last night. So Jonathan Aranda can always be your last man at 2K. He's played 4 games, well, pretty much 3 games, and one game is 10 DK, one game is 8, one game is 0. That's second base. Yeah, Eric Trani, you said that Greinke's got crazy home road splits, and I didn't even realize that to the last game when I was all over him and forgetting he's got crazy good splits at home. Terrible splits on the way. That's the definite Zach Greinke we all know, and Zach Greinke on the road's a gas can now. But he pitches well at home. But I could see the Jays kicking him tonight in Rogers Center tonight. I didn't really mention Vlad. We did mention Kirk. We didn't really mention Vlad at first, but the Jays are in a good spot. Definitely as a stack. As my allergies are killing me here, I can't stand Florida in the summertime. Okay, let's go third base. Third base, J. Ram is looking like a top ownership play, but I'm seeing against Drew Hutchinson. But, man, to me, there ain't nobody right now. My top third baseman right now is Austin Riley. I think Austin Riley is in a smash spot tonight. Probably my favorite play. Going up against Patrick Corbin. Crushes lefties. Austin Riley. I mean, J-Ram, yeah, good spot. J-Ram's always in a good spot. But when I can get Austin Riley against Patrick Corbin, 376 ISO, 449 WOBA, 306 batting average, crushes them. And let me see. I bet you the BBP here too. I thought there was. I thought he had a decent BBP. Maybe not. Yeah, he's 7 for 20, 7 for 24 with a home run. Justin Turner hits Patrick Sandoval pretty good, looks like. And Devers hits Montgomery. Austin Riley is by far my top play tonight, even over J. Ram at third base. There's no question about it. Now, who's going to find the radar tonight is Machado. He's facing Mad Bum at home. He's crushed lefties this year. 1.277 OPS, 462 ISO, 529 WOBA against lefties at home. And we know Mad Bum struggles against righties. Now, ownership, and I didn't look at ownership, is probably going to be Key Brian Hayes. No, like I said, it's J. Ram or Key Brian Hayes. Key Brian Hayes, yeah, good spotting. It's good spotting cores. He really is struggling a little bit to be consistent. His OPS is under 700, but he's in cores. Decent price, good price, 3.8 on DK. FanDuel price isn't that great, 3.4, but Key Bryant's a good spot. Matt Chapman is in a good spot, especially on FanDuel. But to me, I'm over Austin Riley and Patrick Corbin. Remember last year, Riley crushed righties on the reverse. This year, he's crushing lefties. Feasting on them. All about Austin Riley. I'm not even going to top any other third baseman. But you want to be different. You want to value plays. Heimer Candelario still sets a minimum price. Manuel Rivera, which you said he's got a 12-game hit streak right now. Manuel Rivera is fine. Ring on the radar. It is against Manoah, one of my favorite pitchers, but 366, 409, 585 slash, and that 12-game hit streak for Rivera. My man Austin Riley just said he's on a 10-game hit streak. It will be 11 after tonight. And we didn't mention second base, but Jonathan Scope is on a 12-game hit streak. All right, that's third base. Yeah, no, you're right, Eric, because we all play J. It seems like every time we play J. Ram, he doesn't go off. We don't play him, it goes off. But I mean, he's my second favorite tonight, but I'm playing Austin Riley. As I said so. Okay. Third base. I mean, shortstop. We said third. Top Jose Iglesias right now is looking at the top shortstop ownership wise. Iglesias, Edmund, and Dylan Moore, all above 10%. Nothing big. Here is a really good. This is a BBP you pay attention to. Xander Bogaerts, 33 plate appearances. That's a history. 15 hits, 484 batting average of Jordan Montgomery. That's batting average you pay. That's a BBP you pay attention to. These ones at 10 at bats, 12 at bats, 14 is pretty much just for shits and giggles. And if I might use it to maybe if I'm dead even on two guys, but Bichette gets cranky too. But Xander Bogaerts totally crushes Montgomery, one of the better ones I've seen in quite a while. 15 for 31 lifetime. Boom. And he's going to come in low the hell owned, probably under 5%. My man Dansby's would probably be, what is Bogarts? 4.8. It's come to the point you got to play Dansby almost every night with the stolen bases, the way he's hitting home runs. But you can't ignore that BBP on Bogarts. Bogarts, Bichette, Swanson. I don't think you pay down at shortstop. We got to find someplace to pay down. Maybe that's why maybe we pay down at first base. I'm not saying anything about Swanson. It's Corbin, and Swanson's been hitting really well. Hits better against lefties and righties. Good spot. Bo Bichette, I don't know. Why am I seeing Carlos Hernandez popping up now for Kansas City? It's Greinke, right? That's the two sites pop up with Carlos Hernandez. All right, so I want to pay up a shortstop tonight, definitely. You got O'Neill, Cruz, and Coors. So Iglesias only 3.7 against Quintana, maybe the best spot. Corey Seager, great GBP play against Bobby Ray, which we know Ray can implode. But I think Bichette is hitting a little bit better this week than he's been. Still hitting 250 on a month. I like Bogarts. I just like that BBP. We get Timmy Anderson against the lefty. Smeltzer. We know Timmy Anderson crushes lefties. Oh God, I got these too many decisions here at shortstop. Anderson's a lefty. Anderson just this season batting .465 against left-handed pitchers. 5.4. So, I always play Timmy Anderson against lefties. But I like that Bogart price. I like Swanson. I'm not sure I'm going to go. O'Neill Cruz is too cheap. Be nice, though. You're going to get Timmy Anderson pretty cheap here. I mean, pretty low owned. I'm seeing about 3%. Yeah. Anderson against a bad lefty. And you get that power. You get that steal. Timmy Anderson is the play here. Timmy Anderson, 5.4 is your top shortstop for me. So I go Anderson, Bogarts for the price of BBP, Dansby, O'Neill Cruz. I'm not messing with Bo. And maybe a Jose Iglesias. Dylan Moore is catching a little bit of love, though. Let's see. I'm a Dylan Moore guy. Ain't hitting now, so the price, I guess, 2.7. And I guess we got to get cheap somewhere if we're gonna pay up. I'm giving you guys too many high price guys. So so if you're gonna go a value guy, I guess it's Dylan Moore, probably Dylan Moore, 2.7. B Craw, but it's because of Woodruff. No. Dylan Moore, I guess, is your top value. I'm playing Timmy Anderson tonight. I want to play Timmy Anderson and Riley. That means I probably have to get cheap in the outfield somewhere. I want Anderson and Riley in my lineup. If I'm going to go Manoah and Kershaw. Okay, so outfield. We got to find value. Let's just remember it's Coors. So Coors is going to be popular. Is Chris Bryant coming back tonight? He was on paternity leave. I'm not sure Bryant's coming back here. But top ownership. There's really nobody running away with ownership. That's good. Okay, so you got Grichuk and Coors. You got Connor Joe and Coors. Daza. Oh, there's actually Blackman's hurt. You might get Daza up in that lineup. If Daza's up in the lineup, you play Daza against Quintana. That could be one of your cheapies. Do I like Marte? Which Marte? Cattell or the Mets Marte? So, Brian was back yesterday. Brian Pike? Wait. I just saw something about the paternity leave. Okay, thanks, Sean. Your pay-ups are going to be, the Springers, the Acunas. But I said, if I'm playing my way with the Rileys and Timmy Andersons, you got to go cheap. Nolan Jones sitting there at 2K against Hutchinson. Nolan Jones, I think, right there, boom, 2K. That's one of your guys. Get me out of the way. Played Nolan Jones. And I think he's a good spot, actually, I said. So that's one value we can look at. $2K, and the kid's hitting 330. You got Lamont Wade, who's been leading off at only 2.2. I guess lost Woodruff. I used to always play Corey Dickinson against righties. Can't do it anymore. That was back in the day. I won a lot of money with Corey Dickinson against righties when he was at Coors, when he was at Tampa. So Jones is your top guy. Your top value, I mean. Who else we got? Miles Straw, I guess. Haggerty. Stephen Kwan, only 3-4 against Hutchison. I guess he's in play. Smeltzer's got good home splits. He does. That's not going to keep me off. That's not going to keep me off Timmy Anderson, no. Okay, so which Marte are you talking about? Are you talking about K-Tel? K-Tel's a good spot? Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I see it now. Yeah, K-Tel's a really good spot, I think. I did mention him at second that, and we said he's got BVP there too, and 4-3 against Darvish. He definitely hits Darvish. Yeah, you can play K-Tel in the outfield too. I forgot. So K-Tel's definitely in play. Overall, the top outfielders are going to be Acuna, Bryant, Soto, Connor, Joe, those guys. So you can't play them off. If I was only going to play one, man, Acuna's now 6'3" against Corbin, though. If I'm going to play one, I'm probably going to play like Connor, Joe. He's cheap. I don't know. Maybe Springer, 5-1 against a bad Greinke. Way splits. Probably Springer. Another guy is Andrew Vaughn, going to be on the radar. He's been crushing lefties. He hits great on the road, too. So right now on the road against lefties, Vaughn's got a 1.197 OPS, 250 ISO, 513 WOBA. So I think the White Sox going to be very under-owned stack, even though somebody just said, Eric Trani said that he's got good home splits. I do like the White Sox, and I think they'll be under-owned. Timmy Anderson, Vaughn, all those guys. Abreu. So the White Sox are my top stacks, I guess. So looking at stacks, Atlanta's your top stack, but they're gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to get all Atlanta ways unless you be different, like do some wrap rounds. Michael Harris to seconds, price has gone up, still reasonable though. Atlanta's your top stack. Of course, Rockies and Coors against the gas can, the old man there. We like Toronto against Greinke with his bad splits on the road. Yankees. But we gotta be some cheap. Cleveland, decent. Cleveland's a cheap stack. Orioles a cheap stack. And the Rangers are my favorite leverage stack. Rangers against Ray, my favorite leverage stack by far. Boston righties. Yeah, Boston righties against JMO. Too many games here. But so to kind of wrap this up here, because there's so many games, my top pitchers. Right now I'm looking at Manoah, Kershaw, but Woodruff right in there also. My top value is going to be Plasek, and then Tyler Wells' the GPP value. That's pitching. Hitting, I like Riley. I like Timmy Anderson. They're like my top two. I love that Bogarts GBP. Value plays. We're going to need value if you're going to play up for those pitchers. The first one right there is going to be Nolan Jones, 2K for the Indians. He's probably going to be high owned now. Akil Badu's back. I forgot he's back. Beside Nolan Jones, who else do you want to look at for? You can go some of these cheap Pirates like Van Meter if Sugo's playing first. Guys like that. Vogelback's only 3-4. Dylan Moore's a decent value. Lamont Wade, even though it's against Woodruff's decent value. Here's one. Estuary Ruiz is only 2K against Bumgarner. The kid had 60 stolen bases, 13 home runs half the season in minor leagues. And coming off that last game, that was yesterday, right? He had a hit, home run, had a stolen base. Estuary Ruiz right there. You play Estuary Ruiz and Nolan Jones as two 2K guys. you can probably get the top pitchers and get, you don't have to play Riley and Anstrom, but you can get Acuna, some of the other guys. I like Ruiz and Nolan Jones as your 2K guys. And Ruiz is going to go right under the radar again. Nobody's even, half the people haven't even heard from him, but the kid crushed minor leagues. He's up here crushing too. All right. Gave you my stacks. I gave you a million stacks. Grichuk's a good spot to an outfield. Who is my Duvall? Oh, I didn't mention Duvall against Corbin. I did mention Josh Naylor was the other name I mentioned. I like Josh Naylor tonight. My top stacks are, if I get the Braves, and I'm going to go Braves. We really not mentioned the Mariners against Taylor Hearn. And my home run call. If you guys have any home run calls, throw them out there in the chat. My home run call is Austin Riley, of course. And then try to be different. Somebody cheaper. How about Josh Naylor? I like Naylor a lot. I think Juan Yepez is a good spot to hit a bomb. Naylor, Austin Riley, and my home run calls. All right. That was almost an hour. So 13 games tonight. 3 days left the MLB season. Then we have a week off. It's going to be nice to have a vacation for once. Split slate tomorrow. Then typical big, Sunday slate. But it's all about tonight. This is going to be the biggest slate of the weekend tonight. 13 games. I think it's too many games. I'd rather see 8 to 9 games, but we deal with it. We got some good pitching tonight. We got cores, but it's the Pirates. So you can even play Marquez and some GPPs, then play some Pirates, some pivots, stacking. But tonight, it's about the Braves. If you can get them in, the Blue Jays, and then find somebody different stacks. Like I said, maybe like the White Sox, something like that. Right? So Timmy Anderson day, Austin Riley day. Good luck, guys. Eric Scott, Paul Goldschmidt, agree. And that's it. Deuce.